He's a resilient fellow, because his name is Dan Watts. He's the man behind Talk Forest TV, a Nottingham Forest fan, first, last and foremost, and he joins us once again now. Good morning, Dan. So, commiserations on last night. The goal disallowed offside by VAR was a bit of a blow. What did you make overall of last night's performance? The first proper Premier League game for, almost 2 months now for Nottingham Forest?
To be honest with you, I felt like that we did quite well. Yeah, fair enough, Man U at Old Trafford is daunting for everyone. Felt like first 10, 15 minutes, obviously Man U's always going to be the better side. But I felt like Forest, when we did go forward, we did quite well, but it's just that final ball that did us. The VR for our goal that disallowed, I felt like I didn't think it came up early, to be fair. I thought it went straight in. Just, obviously, Anthony Taylor, and I feel like he's a Man United fan, but
yeah.
There you go.
It's fine margins, isn't it, unfortunately? And that would have been changed the game, maybe not changed the overall result at the end. But let me ask you this. I mean, I got the sense of, great individual players, some great moments in the game. There was a period just before and just after, I thought, the second half, when you were fairly dominant. But, of course, overall, I get the sense that maybe your man Steve Cooper's not being able to meld these players yet into a proper squad, into a team that they're not playing to any vision of his, because he's had, as we all know, so many new players coming on board. Is that something he's still got to work on, still got to get right, do you think, in your opinion? What is going wrong there, do you think?
It's just individual errors, to be fair, and it's not open that we are getting injuries at the minute. I mean, we had a few key players out tonight. We had Lingard getting injured, so that's not hope, but I'm starting to see positives from my performances. I mean, tonight we have seen positives, but it's just thinking now that hopefully that we can start to get that bit more momentum that we did before the World Cup, because the World Cup, it came at the one time.
I mean, one of the big problems really has been, or many problems sadly, has been scoring. I mean, you've not scored a league goal away from the City ground since, I think, 20th of August. And that's got to be a real concern going forward. What, if anything, would you like to see happen in the transfer window? And I don't ask that to take the mickey. We know that Forest signed almost 24 players over the summer, new people for Steve Cooper to kind of drill and coach and whatever. But what, if anything, should happen for Forest over the transfer window, in your opinion, then, Dan?
I'll be honest with you, I feel like that we got a striker in, and from what I've seen of him in pre-season, he looks really, really good. I've always said that we need a window, but we have got Josh Bowler, who potentially could come back. So, personally, I think we do need a striker, and to be honest with you, I'd probably a defender. Just no disrespect to who we have got in, but we do need that bit more of a really strong defender who can do the job, but there ain't much more that I think we need, because throughout the squad, we are starting to see relationships built.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is, of course, a lot of those players, as we know, had to go back, were on loan, had to be moved back. So in that way, Steve Cooper's had a double mountain to climb, the mountain of just staying in the Premier League and the mountain of effectively building a squad from the bottom up. Let me ask you this finally, Dan, and I appreciate you coming on this. It's not easy at the moment being a Forest fan, I'm sure. What kind of things are you hearing on Talk Forest TV? How's morale amongst your fellow supporters? I mean, what kind of things are they saying? Are they keeping faith with Steve Cooper, for example, still?
Yeah, everyone that come onto the channel and everyone who interact on the socials and on the channel itself, they are behind Steve Cooper all the way. And even when Steve Cooper signed his new contract, everyone's really positive, and you can start to see that now that the players are settled and the fan base, everyone's happy with him. Obviously, you're going to get your dog one here or there that not going to support him, but everyone in general are happy, and they are seeing the improvements in that, and we're all behind Steve Cooper all the way.
Listen, we love your positivity, Dan. God loves a try. So listen, good luck in the future, matey. We'll talk again, I'm sure. That was Dan Watts there, the man who runs Talk Forest TV, talking to me, Paul Ross, new guys. They've got Chelsea up next, of course, and Chelsea had a result last night. So, I'm sure there's a nervousness there, but also I still get the sense from Dan there that joy of being back in the Premier League, back in the top tier. Dan Watts talking to me, Paul Ross, on Talk Sports and Talk Radio. If you want to join the conversation, come on, you know where we are. 03717 22